Hello, it's Jimmy. Today I want to talk about making progress and how that's not necessarily meaning to attain perfection. Living debt free and becoming financially independent has been a journey, and I suspect it will continue to be a journey and not a destination. When I started this journey, I really didn't know exactly where I would end up. I certainly didn't think I would be where I am today, but I had some mileposts set up to kind of gauge where I should be. A few times I would think there is a definite end goal to all of this, but as the journey has progressed, I realize that it's really just the journey, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually been quite enjoyable. Observing the progress that I've made and seeing where I've been and where I'm going has really been its own kind of motivation to keep going. There really aren't any plateaus to rest on, at least not for very long, and then I've got to pick up and keep going. Not all segments of the journey have necessarily been of the same length or duration or intensity, even. Like I have said in the other videos, I have worked the Ramsey baby steps, and everybody can follow these steps pretty easily, but not everybody is going to attain each one of these steps at the same time. Everybody's life situation is different. That's one of the interesting things about his plan. And over the years, as I've listened to him and read his books and talked to other people who have followed these methods, the plan works really no matter who you are. But you do need to pay attention to where you are in life because, as I said, sometimes these steps don't necessarily look the same or take the same amount of time or intensity for everybody. For me, the first step, attaining $1,000 starter emergency fund, happened instantly. I had $1,000 cash in the bank, so that one checked off. Step two, paying off all non-mortgage debt, really didn't take very long. We didn't have a ton of debt, just I think a car payment, and we had one credit card, and we were paying that off. So that didn't take very long. We didn't have any student debt and no other weird loans from family or anything stupid like that. I know it took several months, not a lot. I think the average is 18 months for a family to get out of all of their non-mortgage debt, but our time frame was much shorter than that. Step three was to save a large emergency fund, large meaning 3 to 6 months of expenses. For us, that didn't take very long. We didn't really need to stop to save. The timing of us cashing out some stupid whole life insurance policies gave us that money. Steps four, five, and six occur simultaneously. You don't necessarily knock one out before going on to the other. All three of those get done at the same time. Four is to fund a retirement at 15% of your income. Five is to save for kids' college, which we didn't need to do. And step six is to pay off your home. And then finally, step seven, there's not a thing to do there, but it's no mortgage, no credit cards, nothing. And you live and give like no one else, which we've certainly been able to do. The whole process from baby step 1 through 7 for us took a little less than 10 years. And from what I've heard, the average is about 11 years for most people to become completely debt free. Arriving at baby step 7 has been a huge milestone for us. It is just a milestone as we continue on the journey. Had I tried to do every step perfectly, textbook as it's laid out, I probably would have become quite frustrated, maybe even given up. But I don't operate that way, but I can see where people may have some issues. You run into a little bit of a stumble and you think, well, screw it, I'm just going to throw it away. Why even bother? Not a good attitude to have for life, but certainly not if you want to be debt free. Now, we never skipped a step or did things out of order intentionally. However, our compressed time frame for the first few steps, which, like I said, normally takes about 18 months for most people, it did not take that long for us. We did have a little bit of cash sitting around even after we paid our non-mortgage debt. So it was more the timing of cashing out the life insurance policies that accelerated a few things. We probably should have done that first in order to pay off the debts. We were working, taking money out of our savings or as we were saving to pay that off. So it was more of a timing thing, not necessarily jumping any of the steps or trying to make our own path, we'll say. So, did I do the baby steps perfectly? Well, no, but I don't know that anybody necessarily can. The Ramsey baby steps are a wonderful guide that everybody can use. Now, when people intentionally say, well, I like doing this and that, and try to cherry pick off of it, or like, well, I'm going to keep my credit card, you're kind of missing the whole point. So, we didn't do that. I don't have any credit card. Hasn't hurt us. Believe I don't have a credit score at this point. I have no need to look into it, but you can't divide by zero. So I'm guessing there is no number there. I've done my best to follow the roadmap that was laid out for us. And like I said, didn't do it perfectly, but perfection is not necessarily the goal. Following the principles that have led us to this point have really worked out. Seeing that progress through the years has been quite nice. I have to say, it's fun in life to set a goal and achieve it. It really makes you want to do more of that. I feel like it's been a worthy journey. I'm definitely glad that I did it. It would have been nice if I had perhaps started life without debt, or maybe some education on how not to get into it in the first place. And understandably, our situation wasn't as dire as some people. I've never had anything sent to collections. I never had to declare bankruptcy. I have some empathy for folks that do have to go through that, and there is a way out. It does require some hard work. The perseverance will pay off. Well, that's all I've got to say about that today. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.